Well, Felix to Arsenal transfer revived. All Arsenal have gone ahead to revive their interest in Joao Felix. It's one of the close sources coming in from Arsenal, known as the Gunner blog. He covers Arsenal for The Athletic, meaning that he's really one of the reputable sources that you go on and really trust as far as this Arsenal news is really concerned. Welcome to welcome to the Rokani Media Football, and this is the Arsenal News Show. From the Transfer News Show, now we are into what we call the Arsenal News Show, covering everything concerning Arsenal, and hope you guys are really having a fantastic evening. Not so? So let's see close to 400 likes. Smash on this video and let's continue to subscribe to this channel so that we hit 20,000 subscribers onto this YouTube channel. Now we are talking Jorginho, talking something concerning Kai Havertz and how he really went ahead to see him really join the club of Arsenal. And lastly, we are having something concerning this guy. What is the name? I've forgotten now. Nicola Pepe. All right, Nicola Pepe is into the mix, into this video, coming in through it that he is fronted as one of those players that Arsenal can get some good amount of money in the summer transfer sale, because there were speculations that there might be something that might lead for this deal to be terminated, to it that he leaves Arsenal on a free. Now a chance has arrived that Arsenal can really go ahead and obviously get in some good amount of money for the Ivorian international. So that is it that you're going to cover onto this channel, and let's continue to spread love, because it's not good. Being nice does not hurt, and hatred really causes a lot of things that can obviously make you even feel like you are not human anymore. Now let's start it off with Joao Felix. Joao Felix is a player that has been linked to Arsenal ever since last summer, and towards the end of the World Cup he was linked so much to Arsenal. Reason, he was one of those players that came out and made a decision that he doesn't want to be at Atletico Madrid any longer, and that resulted into Arsenal coming out and obviously doing what we call an approach of signing the player. The player was available on loan, and Atletico Madrid was calling in for a loan fee of £10 million, and a team that was going to take care of Felix was supposed to pay all the salary, that is £25 million. And by the time Arsenal said no, we are not going to go ahead and obviously get in a player of that magnitude, because we're not signing him permanently, and by the end of the 6 months we would have gone ahead to pay close to 20 million, or is it 20 or 15 million pounds of the player, yet he's not going to be a full signed player for the club of Arsenal. So Chelsea, being desperate, they hijacked the deal of Joao Felix and they paid everything, and they had no mandatory buy clauses. Back at Atletico Madrid, and obviously Gunner blog Arsenal correspondent for The Athletic has confirmed to us that there is a Joao Felix interest loitering, all bubbling around Emirates. He says, is there room for more attackers? He said maybe there would be an optimistic signing. This is pure speculation on my part, but what I might keep an eye on would be Joao Felix. That is it. Then he said, this is indeed pure speculation, just to remind everyone, but I do think there is a chance of a bonus attacking signing, and Felix is a player the coaching staff really like. I have no information about any development interest in this window though. So Arsenal and the board have really gone ahead to register interest in Joao Felix, and that has really gotten to the mind of the Gunner blog to come out and confirm to us that maybe Arsenal will go in for Joao Felix. When you look at Arsenal, before they even signed Kai Havertz, it was put out in the news that they would love to see a player who can thrive on the right attacking side of the midfield and also thrive as a center forward and maybe as a left forward. When you look at that profile, Kai Havertz fulfills it, and he is really that perfect player. But as it stands, it looks like Kai Havertz is going to be played in the central midfield alongside Martin Odegaard and maybe Declan Rice. That might be the ideal midfield three of Arsenal this season. So that means that Kai Havertz is going to be seen more as a central midfielder, and there might be a chance for Arsenal to go in for a right attacking midfielder who can play as a centre forward and left forward, and Joao Felix fits that profile. But is Arsenal ready to spend huge onto a player like Joao Felix? It will depend on how much they gather from sales. Why? Thomas Partey, when he leaves, because it looks like he's gone ahead to obviously tell Mikel Arteta that it's time, all my time is up at Arsenal and I want out. His worthiness is £45 million, and they have to get in a replacement for him. If it's Tchouaméni, Arsenal will have to put on some other £30 million to see the deal of Tchouaméni get done. If it's Romelu Lavia, that exact amount of money they're going to hate to sell Thomas Partey, they can just transport it to Southampton and get in Romelu Lavia. Now, if they get in Romelu Lavia, that means when they sell Balogun £45 million to Inter Milan and add on Kane Tierney, Cedric Soares, Nicola Pepe and very many others, they might be having some £90 million to sign Joao Felix, because that's the amount of money Atletico Madrid wanted the player, and he's still young, 23 years of age, and he loves to play in the Premier League. And the reason as to why the PSG side has not gone ahead to come in through and bid for him is simple. That player doesn't want to go and play in the PSG because, sorry, in the French League One, because he believes that is the Farmers League and it's not supposed to be going there. So he has gone ahead to make a decision, make up his mind. He wants to play for only one team, and that he wants to play for only one league, and that is the Premier League. And Arsenal, I think, is a team registering huge interest for him. But even Manchester United has been linked to this guy by the ABES, you know, source coming in from Spain, revealing that Erik ten Hag is having an admiration for Joao Felix. And that means Arsenal aren't the only team interested in the player. Even Manchester United is interested in the player. But his price, obviously, can keep very many teams away from really getting this deal done and dusted. £90 million. Guys, that's a huge amount of money for Joao Felix, who came in through and obviously failed to prosper at the side of Chelsea. I understand Chelsea was in its rebuild, trying to really align its team and get back to winning ways, but I anticipate that he's a very good player, and if at all Arsenal has the money, I think he's a player they have to sign, as he's going to come in through and obviously do things that other players can't do, and increasing the levels of competition for Arsenal. Like when you look at Man City, having the likes of Phil Foden on the bench, Riyad Mahrez and very many others. Now if at all you are Arsenal and you're having Joao Felix on your bench, that really improves it massively. So that means you'll be having Jorginho, Joao Felix, Leandro Trossard, Julian Timber. You understand? So that will be a very huge bench and massive bench that any manager would like to have. So let's wait and see whether Arsenal is going to continue its pursuit for Felix. But the Arsenal correspondent for The Athletic has confirmed to us that Arsenal looks like they want to see themselves in a situation of really getting this over the line, and the board and the staff of Arsenal really have interest. But the fact is, can Arsenal stretch and obviously spend another close to £1 million on a deal? That is left in the hands of Arsenal and their financial department after getting the deal of Declan Rice over the line. And in history, we've never seen a team spend £200 million on two players. We've never seen it. So let's wait and see whether that will come to pass. Now, let's talk about Jorginho and Kai Havertz. Some huge story that Jorginho has gone ahead and we told us that it's very nice him arriving. When I heard there was a possibility, I called him straight away. I said, is this true? He said, yeah, it's possible. I was like, you need to come. I just wanted the best for everyone. I just wanted the best for everyone. Everyone wins. So, meaning that Jorginho acted as an agent as Kai Havertz was being persuaded to come to Arsenal. So, remember, there was interest from Bayern Munich, interest from Real Madrid, and Arsenal just went ahead to use Jorginho to call Kai Havertz and tell him, please, you better come in through. And they have a very huge chemistry in between them, because I remember bringing a story here about how Kai Havertz reacted when Jorginho left. Jorginho, when he really got approval from the board, all contacts from Arsenal, that they want him at Arsenal, do you know the first person he talked to? It was Kai Havertz, meaning that these two are really having a very huge bond that has gone ahead to keep them together for a very, very long time. And he had to work a lot to set it that he sees this guy coming through and obviously come to the club of Arsenal while he was there, and he felt like Kai Havertz would be a very good addition for Arsenal. And the signing of Kai Havertz has gone ahead to leave divided opinions in the fans of Arsenal, but trust me, Kai Havertz is really going to be a gem at this club of Arsenal. He has a very good talent. He's a very good player that you would love to see at your club, and obviously get the rest going, and is going to give you a lot of quality in the midfield, because he's a press resistant player, and Mikel Arteta wants such players in his system. Last season he covered 5 kilometers more than Martin Odegaard on average, meaning that you've brought in another intense player who is going to do the running and obviously get Mikel Arteta exactly what he wants at the club of Arsenal. So we wait and see how that comes to pass, but it's Jorginho welcoming him and acted as an agent to get him at the club of Arsenal. So leaving that, let's talk about Nicolas Pepe. Arsenal has been planning even to terminate his contract, but it looks like there is a chance that God has gone ahead to respond to Arsenal's prayers, and they might get some good money from him. This is James Bank, soccer correspondent of CBS, has confirmed to us that a mid-table Saudi Arabian club expressed an initial interest in Pepe last week. However, there is currently a significant difference between the salary expectations of his suitors in the Pro League and the player himself. Arsenal are believed to be willing to accept a nominal fee sorry about that. They are willing to accept a nominal fee or even consider a contract termination if it helps to get the final year of his 7.3 million salary of his box. So I think if Saudi Arabia comes in the mix, terminating the contract is really suspended, because the Saudi side will be willing to offer some good money for Nicolas Pepe, and I think Arsenal can bargain even 20 million pounds for Nicolas Pepe because he's still young. And let me see, Nicolas Pepe, isn't he 26? Pepe, Nicolas Pepe, how old are you? He's 28 years of age. He's still young. 28 is still young, because when you look at the players going to the Saudi league, most of them on average are in their early 30s or mid 30s or early 30s. So if at all you're getting in Nicolas Pepe at the age of 28, I think they can even offer 20 million pounds for Arsenal. Even if they get like 10 out of him and they add it to the amount of money they're using to go ahead and obviously buy in players, it will act well for that side of Arsenal. So as it stands, it looks like Saudi Arabia has gone in for Nicolas Pepe, and we anticipate to see what is going to happen and see how Nicolas Pepe crosses from Arsenal to the Saudi Pro League. So your thoughts on to Joao Felix to Arsenal transfer revived are welcome in the comment section below. Do you think Arsenal can spend another 100 million pounds or 90 million pounds on a player known as Joao Felix, as Atletico Madrid is calling in? And then what do you make about Jorginho being an agent to convince Kai Havertz to join Arsenal? And lastly, Nicolas Pepe, would you terminate the contract at Arsenal, or you let him go for a certain fee that the Saudi are supposed to pay for him? I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. Ciao, ciao. And my Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lauf.